What, anybody watching right now? All right. I just thought I would do a quick little last minute, live stream of the current situation here in my tiny house scrapping shed workshop. What do you want to call it? Currently have a ton of wire on back duty that needs to be shredded or stripped, depending on what thickness it is. A whole ton of motors and actuators, whatever you want to call them, pumps, relays, all that kind of stuff. And I just have like heavy bars of like different kind of metals, aluminums, copper, steel, kinds of random stuff, whole bins, more aluminums. Sorry if it's kind of dark. Oh, stainless steel back there. Over here is where I do like most of the work at, on my like stainless steel chef's table. So I worked on and got my welder and everything else on there. Some steel plates hanging out. Just got these pieces of copper out of a doormat that was for like an alarm system. So little things that you like throw out around the house, you like, oh, I don't need that. It's probably nothing. I just cut with a razor blade and found all this in it. So that's got some weight to it. Something I was going to throw out might got me $1, like $2 out of it. Who knows? Just something to do when you're bored during quarantine, lockdown. Little projects. This is like mostly take off the remaining brass. I mean, like this right here, that's a solid brass handle. Like I did one earlier. I took it off, and I mean, like I took it apart, and it's all pieces of solid brass. And I mean, this one doorknob, I mean, it feels like this thing must weigh about, I'd say about at least 2 pounds. Like when you go to the gym, there's little pink or purple weights that are like small for people who are just recovering from injuries. Those typically, like 1 or 2 pounds. This feels like one of them. So I'll say this doorknob is probably together like a 5-pound doorknob, if not more. So put them in there. I got brass holders for ends of curtain rods, plates, a little bit of everything. A nice project. I'm taking apart this here pond pump. I'm sure I did one before. This was a smaller one. My thing is that if you guys know how to do it, let me know in the comments. But when you get it cut in half, the pond pumps they in order to make it waterproof, they fill it with like this like tar glue that's like almost impossible to get out. Whereas like this is like more like a power transistor, not sure, the thing that like reduces the power. What's the name? Can't think of the name right now. But anyway, they just wrap it in like tape and like this glue that can easily crack apart. But this is more like a tarish glue, and it's hard to get apart. So I don't know if it's even gonna be worth it. I might just cut this end off and just trash it because it's probably not even worth it. So I'm gonna see if this bigger one, I'm gonna make a cut in it and see if the bigger one has thicker copper to make it worth the while of cutting it more, or if I should just skip past on that, because there's things that are more fruitful, like I mean, obviously solid brass, you just toss it in the bin. I thought it was kind of wanted to bend it back and fix it. It's got a little bend to it. It's not bad, but more stuff. And I forgot to mention that we're chilling here with Apollo in the shop. What do you think, Apollo? Apollo's bored. You can follow him on official Apollo the Husky on Instagram. He's usually more exciting than this, but we went to do some driveways today, and we went for a long walk. So he's a little tired right now. But yeah, this is the tiny house shed workshop / garage / everything you need it to be. If you look at my other videos, I show how we built this whole building from scratch. Like I mean, literally from tearing down the old little shed that was here to putting in the footers. The frame, the base, the frame, everything we did, all the videos to show how to do everything. How to do the roof. This one particularly has like we put a what's it called, a loft up there just for storage. We got this divider. Some job we were doing. We were getting rid of this divider, this room divider, and this thing is birch wood. And some artist makes these and sells them on like, I think they're on, you can see them on like overstock.com. And this is like each piece is like birch wood. It's been sanded down. I mean, there's a lot of them. They had to, and then they weaved them all together to make up this beautiful top thing to it, and it's all twisted together, and they lit up the bottom. Okay, now get this. You probably can't even guess how much this thing cost. And somebody actually paid us to throw this thing out. Like, they're like, come take this out of our house for us. So they paid us for that. On top of it, this thing, it retails right now, brand new, with the lights, for $18.99. So $1,900 for this thing. And I mean, I'm selling it right now. I got it on Letgo. If you want it, you're interested, look it up on Letgo. I'm asking like $400 for it. So I mean, if you're in the tri-state area, you can come pick it up if you're interested. It's, I mean, if you have a restaurant or a big home, it's I mean, nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece. It's literally just chilling in our workshop right now because there's no use for it in our house. Our house isn't a mansion, unfortunately, not yet. So anyway, some more finds. You know, I got a nice guitar and amp out of someone's trash. Works fine. I guess I just didn't feel like playing it anymore. I'm always finding pieces of like these old brass fireplace things, pots. I mean, this is only half the collection. Most of the collection is actually stored in another spot. We have like piles of the big stuff, and over here we have just like all the stainless steel and brass and copper piping and aluminum. This is where I get most of the work done in here. I separate everything, and then after it's separated and categorized, then I bring it to the scrapyard or bring it to the reserve site where we keep like the smaller pieces that are easier, more compact and easier to store for a rainy day. But yeah. So anyway, how do I see comments on this thing? You guys leaving comments? All messages are visible. All right. So if you guys have any questions you want to ask, any talk about tips and stuff you do to scrap, how to make money with it, is it worth your time? These are questions people often ask, like, or is it really worth my time to scrap, so on and so forth. And I say it like this: it's like, if you're not thinking about scrapping, you're not really into it, you rarely come across opportunities where you find it. But when you start like thinking about it, and then people know you collect stuff like that, they kind of like they tip you off to when they see things, or they get it for you, and it all kind of helps out. Yeah, like it's opportunities just arise. Like we do landscaping and handyman service, and and part of that is cleanouts. So like if we're cleaning out estates where people have passed on, or they've downsized and they're decluttering. You hear that, Apollo? Apollo just bugged out because we just heard a loud noise, like a scratching noise, and it sounded like if it was my guess, I would say a groundhog. I think there's probably a groundhog living underneath this shed, because it's like, even though we built it, it's on a hill, so the one side's like embanked and has like stone there, so it doesn't get like wet, and the other side's like open about 1.5 to 2 feet, so it gets like airflow. But I think because there's snow there, I'm pretty sure that groundhog made his little home underneath it because it's like safety. So I think the little puppy's falling asleep. You falling asleep, Pa? All right, so back to what I was saying about the scrap. Yeah, so when we do like clean outs of estates or people's houses that they want to clean out, a lot of times they just ask us to just throw everything out. They don't care what it is. It can be like things that like antique things. It could be old lamps, a lot of times tools. We got all kinds of people that have tools. They just want us to get rid of them. Paintings. Here's one I'm also selling. It's a classic Remington. I believe it's called Before the Plow, from the Remington game art collection. It's a beautiful piece. It is framed. Oh, actually, I put it in the frames for safety, but I think it's on like a thick cardboard. It's on like I guess a 1/4-inch thick cardstock of like some kind of hard cardboard. But yeah, I think it's a pheasant hunt, I believe. Yes, it is. So yes, if you're interested in any of these products, let me know. Vintage Ninja Turtles It's like those little TV dinner plates you put over your legs when you were a kid, so you could sit down and eat your little TV dinner and sit cross-legged. And it was back in when it was cool. And nowadays, it probably wouldn't even fit over my one leg, but oh man, I remember when they did. And speed limit sign. I guess somebody hit the sign, knocked it down, and it was next to someone's trash. So I said, "Hey, they're throwing it out. Why not? It's going to go to the dump, so I might as well grab it." And what else we got going on here? We got subs for sale. We got fire extinguisher, antique ones. Some antique JBLs. So it's a shame, guys, because like when we get this stuff and then I put it on eBay, Let Go, Craigslist, wherever I can. And if this stuff doesn't sell, like after a while, I can't. I mean, I'm actually got the shop pretty open. It's pretty cleaned out right now, but it tends to get packed with stuff. I mean, if you guys, anyone interested in anything, I can link you to eBay pages, all that kind of stuff, so you can get the stuff that I'm trying to get rid of if you need it. And back to the scrapping. So yeah, you find cool things that people throwing out. Like there's like this crucifix. I mean, as a Christian, I love this thing. I actually polished it up. It was pretty badly corroded, turned green. I polished it up and I didn't do a high polish. I just quickly did a polish to make it like so you could show a little more respectable like. But yeah, things like that. You just find scrapping. It's like you could just cash it in for the money, or you could you keep it. We got everything, even like bottle openers made out of like aluminum. I mean, all this stuff adds up. Look at this cool thing we found. We got here Chinese or Japanese. I think it's Chinese throwing star, Asian throwing star. What do you want to call it? Politically correct BS. I don't know, but that one might be stainless steel, I believe. This guy right here, this is a really good one. This is a mobile gas fine. That I will not be scrapping. That it's on the wall now as decoration. I would consider it selling it if anyone is interested and willing to make me an offer for that. Let me know. We got some other signs here. We got safety glasses required around this point. We got King of all presidents, President King Trump. Best president we've ever had since Washington. That's right, we said it. True Americans working to keep us free, right, Paula? Can't be giving in to all this New World Order BS, right? You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? I told you. Gotta pay attention. Anything you want to say to the viewers, Paul? Say anything to him? It's funny is that you talk all day and make all kinds of noise, and now that you're on live TV, YouTube TV, you're silent. Look, I can't barely even get a blink out of you. Oh, there's a blink. This guy is usually howling, crying, whining up a storm. There goes one. Little one. Come on, give us a howl. You make noise all day long because you always want something because you're high maintenance. A high-maintenance wolf dog, right? This is Apollo, the Siberian Husky. You can follow him on Instagram at official Apollo the Husky. I think he's a little camera shy right now. Usually he's way more exciting than this. We're going on adventures, but he's a little pooped out today. He just went on a long walk before we came. That's why we're in the shop right now. We actually went for a long walk, and we came in the backyard. I thought, hey, you know what? We haven't been in the shop for a couple weeks now because of the snow. And I mean, like, if you follow the channel... Probably can't see anything out here right now. It's probably too dark, but the greenhouse is right there. The mega garden, it's all right there behind, not from the house, but the snow's so deep right now. It's about a foot and a half in some spots. So I haven't shown a path way out here to the shop. So it is pretty cold in here right now. If you're wondering, it is. Let's see. Jeez, it just went up. It was when I first came in here. It was 32 degrees. It looks like it says 35, maybe 36 right now. And we have no heat. No heat is on, actually. This is not even insulated. I was wondering, as far as a tiny house, do you think, I mean, I was thinking it would be kind of cool just to insulate the shop because it would only cost, like, as far as insulation-wise, I'm thinking, like, $300-$400 to put insulation on this far wall, these two walls, this ceiling, the low ceiling of the loft, and then instead of the loft kind of ends here. I was thinking about making maybe this last 6 feet a workshop and putting the workbenches over here, and then using that area as like a heated work area. So more like for like live streaming, for when we do like our shows. So this would become the new studio. So get rid of a lot more of this junk, and then create this, make this the video studio. We can have like the editing room and be able to shoot in here. We can do live streams every day of whatever we're doing. Because right now it's like being underutilized. It's literally just like a scrapping room right now. And I mean, once I get this load of scrap cleared out, there's not going to be big need for all this room. Because I'm not planning on. I was going to do like another car build, but I still have my beautiful 300ZX. So, I mean, I had that in the G. How many cars does one person need? I'm blessed that I have 2 cars. I need a work truck. That's what I need. But other than that, I digress. I'm thinking this would be a cool spot because it's like a creative spot that could have. I can actually see. I got. What, you want to go to bed now? You tired? Is that what's up? You wanted to go on an adventure and for a walk, came out in the shop, and now you want to go in. You wanted to be a husky. Be a husky. Is it too cold? Am I embarrassing you? Look, his tail's lowering. Are you embarrassed now? I finally got you to talk, though, bud. That's nice. So, we'll go inside in a minute, okay? So back to what I was saying. Yeah, there's an old space heater here, which is not even on. You can tell it's not even on. And the room is heating up literally just from me being in here and from these lights. I mean, most of them are like the fluorescent lights, which don't really give off that much heat. But even then, like there's just a couple little. There's only like 3. There's the halogens are kind of warm, but there is just a couple little bulbs on, so it shouldn't be that hot from them. But I guess me and the dog heat place up. All right, so back to tiny house ideas here. If I was to cover these walls with insulation, you guys suggest that since the outside wall is the T111 plywood, and it's been put on with nails, like special nails, and then galvanized nails, and then painted. Now, I really don't want to if I put insulation on it, do I still put like my Tyvek, which is this little piece right there, my Tyvek roll, do I put that on the inside wall and then drywall? Or shiplap, whatever I want to do? Or would that cause like, up here in like the Northeast, is that going to cause like the moisture to like form behind that and rot out the drywall? Or because I mean, usually you put the vapor barrier on the outside wall, like whether you put it on the outside of like the outer sheathing, and then you put like your siding or whatever you want to do on it, or you put it around like the boards and then you put the sheathing. But I've never seen it on the inside. So I'm like, I know I'm like a handyman, I should know this kind of stuff, but I haven't done full house builds. I've only done like fixes and remodels and stuff on the inside, like bathrooms and stuff usually. So I mean, I every time we've done it, we put on the outside. I've never done on the inside. I just don't know if it would be like, if it would cause mold issues and whatnot. So if you guys know, let me know in the comments what you guys think. So what's good, puppy? Anything you want to say to the viewers? Anything at all? Apollo? You were just talking. Now you don't see nothing to say. This guy. Always a punk. So, hola, what is good? The Dark Play SL, I believe this is. Dark Plays I. It's a lot smaller on the phone than it is on the desktop. What's going on? Just chilling back here in the shop. with Apollo, we came back from a long walk and we walked through the woods and thought we would stop in the shop since we haven't been here for about 2 months because the snow has it's the path. I mean, we got all wet just getting down here. But yeah, we're just checking out the scrap situation here. I mean, we've been working on collecting stuff for a while. We got a whole bunch going on. We're scrapping it all up, and we were talking tips and tricks. If you look at the if you look right down in the video description, I put a link to my other video where I show you how to make a $1 wire stripper. I'm not lying. It's literally $1. Now, all you need to make this $1 wire stripper is one of these bad boys. Okay, it's like this is like a dollar at the dollar store. It's like this old school lighter. Now this is the safety right there, and I bent it out with this pair of like pliers. So I just bend it out, and then you mount it on a board. Okay, but before you do that, you get a thinner board. And if you watch the video, I literally show you step by step. So I'm not going to do it right now, but let me see. I'll show you where a board is. You get like a thin piece of board like this. One of these like finished boards are a little harder. You don't want something soft like pine because it's like a little hard. I mean, you want the cut to be strong and hold. So what you want to do is use a harder wood, hickory, maple, whatever you got, and then you drill different size holes. Okay, so you're gonna drill thin holes. Find some wire here. So depending on the gauge of wire, okay? So obviously if you're doing thicker wire like this, you're gonna need to use a thicker drill, a medium-sized drill. If you're doing like finer ones, use a finer drill. Okay, if you're gonna be doing thicker wires, you make the holes bigger. So if you watch the video, I show you all the different sizes I did. You drill the holes in the end of the board, and then you use a hacksaw to cut little slits through it. And then when you mount this with a screw through that hole right there into the wood, that blade will go down through the slit, and it'll sit right in the hole in the center. They put the tip of the blade right in the hole that you drilled. And then what you do is you feed the end of the wire through, and then you just start pulling it with your needle nose pliers. And by pulling it, it strips the whole wire. Now they actually make these things. I'll show you. Because I made my own. But this one I bought. Okay? And I am not sponsored by that company, so I'm covering that up. But anyway, that company made it. I think I got it off of eBay. But it was like 40. I think I got it on sale for like 30. It was like asking $40, and I got them. I made it off for like 35 or 34 plus shipping. Maybe like $8 shipping. So it's literally just an aluminum block. And the aluminum block is then, just moving the light for you, I'm sorry. The aluminum block is then drilled with, like I said, a succession of holes. From like small to large, and even has the ROMEX big one. And then you have these, let me just cover that up. Okay. Accessible by right here. You use an Allen wrench, which I put on the wire, and you can loosen up these blades that are like almost like a vinyl cutter plotter. So inside of it, there's these little blades. The blades in there, and when you adjust it, you can adjust the height. So I usually put it so it's just right there on the edge, like right on the edge, because the less resistance, the easier it is to pull, unless it gets dull. So I feed the wire through. I grab it with my needle nose, and then I just pull it. It also really helps. It's hard to do with one hand. I should put a tripod down here. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. Sorry for making you stick with the camera. Let me just put it down for a second. Okay. I hope you can see. I have no idea, but... Okay. There we go. In the vise... It is now in the vise, and now you can feed the wires through. Now, I should have prepped some wires for this demonstration, but I know Apollo, we were just going for a walk, and I thought, you know, I've been here for months. Everybody's been asking about seeing what my scrapping situation currently looks like, but I have a lot of wires to do, but they're not prepped. Like, they're all like still like bent and not ready to go. They have the ends on them. They're cut little short pieces. I have buckets of these are so mixed up right now. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of work to do. Some of these I might end up literally just turning into the scrapyard as is. Like some of the piles over there just say like straight aluminum or straight copper mix. I don't strip any aluminum wires unless they're thicker than like I'll show you an example. Unless the aluminum wire is like this thick, okay? And like you see my finger, so I have like fat sausage fingers. So compare my fat sausage finger to this wire. That's pretty thick. That's probably like at least a ½ inch. So if it's that thick, then yes, I will strip the wire down. If it's not, I put aluminum wire only. And then like, even though this is a big thick wire, it's like I might cut that out. Yeah, we'll probably cut that out later. Or whatever. We do it tonight. So thicker wires. See more examples of it laying around. This one might actually be too thick for it. This is a big wire. This might be the only gauge. That's why I didn't do it earlier. No, it'll fit. All right, let me get this on a tripod so I don't shake you guys seasick. One moment. Apollo, you see a tripod anywhere? What's a tripod? I don't know what the hell a tripod even is. Ah, jeez. They used to call me tripod. You know why? That's a story for another day. I can't tell you right now. Anyway, let me find something to make a makeshift tripod. Let me see. I could probably get. What'd you find? Did you find something? I was gonna use this quick grip to grip this something so I can film it. What's your idea? What are you looking at? Point with your nose. What are you looking at? What's the idea? Here's ideas. Do you have any treats? I want some treats. I think the only provisions I have in this shed right now in the workshop is those things, which have been in here since like the summertime. Some water there for safety. Yeah, even things people don't. Well, off on a tangent here. Things like knives, okay? People go, that's not worth your time, but like, I mean, like the knives. This is all stainless steel, and I think stainless steel is worth around the same as aluminum. Sometimes it's like the exact same price as aluminum. And what I'll do, but the thing is, aluminum, it's like this. So put it this way, you find a big knife. These are some of these small knives and picks. All right, whatever. Here, this knife right here. The same piece. If this was aluminum, this same piece would pretty much not weigh much, or weigh much at all. Stainless steel is a little heavier because it's a little denser. So, for being denser, it's like worth. I just cut the handle right off, and then you have some money. This stuff is all little copper coils that come off of the inside, like everything from like your radios and CD players, all kinds of random stuff like that, and that comes out of the inside of those. The ends are here. This is all either some of them are brass, some of them are actually gold plated. So I have to go through them, check them out. Here is some more copper I took out the other day, and back to work. Okay. Now listen, I'm making a jerry-rigged little camera stand here. So if this thing goes off of live video or falls, I'm sorry. I'm literally vice gripping the camera to. I'm trying to mirror to show you this. I have the camera vice gripped to a 2-pound hammer right now to the handle. So I'm hoping that you guys can see what I'm about to do here. And hopefully, I'm actually worried if I shake this table while I'm doing it, it's gonna fall. So let me find something a little more stable to put underneath there. Whoa! Going on a roller coaster ride, guys. Stick with me. We'll get it. Alrighty, there we go. Please don't fall. I need a new phone, but I don't need it tonight. I don't want to have to get it tonight. Alrighty. Alright, this cable right here, this is like a car. This is a car cable. You do aftermarket stereo systems. This one is actually very thick. This one is 4 gauge. So, I believe the holes are not labeled. No, they are not. Okay, so this one is the biggest hole on this pre-made stripper is a 4 gauge. So, can you guys even see that right now? I guess you can. I hope you can. If you can't see it, let me know. I think the handle's right when I need to show it. Okay. As long as you guys can see it, that's cool. All right. So you feed it through, and then like you could just pull it, and it's not even that hard. It's like literally just pull it. I probably should have checked to see the depth adjustment on that, but I can see already that it did score it. So I don't know how well you guys can see that. It did score it. But since this is an extra thick cable that's made to be ran like in your engine, sometimes along like hot turbo, not on, but like in the vicinity of hot turbos and downpipes, so it has to be able to like be heat resistant, so they make it a little thicker. So that first pass might not have been enough. I might have to go back in, like I told you earlier, and adjust the screw to lower down the blade. Let me see if I can get this end start. If the end starts to go, sometimes you can get just start, go from there. But like I said, this is a thick cable. Yeah. Oh my god, that's way thicker than I thought it was. Jeez. So the urethane or rubber urethane or whatever kind of coating this is, I believe it's usually like urethane rubber, but I am not a certified electrician, so it might be different. All right, so this is. I'll show you guys this on the video. It's a lot thicker than I thought. So the wire stripper does well with thick stuff, but you have to adjust the blade. So like I was saying earlier, if I can come over here and show you on the inside of the hole, there is see the blade right there, right on the inside the little blade. I have to come in here and push that down. This is hard with one hand holding a heavy camera on the snapped on. See that? Yeah. Second, I have to go down more. So I had it way on the very tip. I have to go down to, you have to almost like put the wire in on the end. And see, this is only like a 10-inch wire, so it's kind of hard just to show you. But you would put the wire in there first, and then you just adjust the height. I'm sorry, I'm shaking this, guys. I don't have a tripod on me. But my little homemade hammer tripod is about the best we got. So anyway, yeah, you adjust the height relative to the thickness of, and you gotta pick which side you're going in. So I'm going in from the front, so you put the blade in this way and you angle it. Okay. So, you know, usually it might take a minute to get it set up, but once you get it set up, if you're doing like 10 feet, 100 feet of this cable, it's definitely a time saver, and it's like way easier than any other method. Like, I mean, you just pull through. Once you get it, the first inch will be a little hard to get the first inch going, and once you pull it through, like that's it. It just goes. And then, like I said, get this on camera for you guys. You get that beautiful split. It's right open. There's your money. There's your cable, your aluminum, which is your profit. So get that shit out. So sorry about that. Can't curse. Get that stuff. I said that stuff. Get it out is what I said. Please don't demonetize my channel, YouTube. I said get it out. Now since it's short, I'm just tying in the knot because you know it's fun. Why not? So there's my aluminum. Guys, I'm going to sign off because my battery on my phone is going to die. Let me see if I can plug it in. My stay on a little longer. I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight on this random impromptu little session we got here in scrapping in the tiny house workshop. What do you think, Apollo? Think it's a nice tiny house? I know right now it's literally just the workshop, but I think it could be a cool tiny house. I mean, I thought, you know, put a little insulation in here, put like a wood stove. I already have like, I mean, it was all supposed to be scrap. I got toaster oven, toaster, waffle maker, all kinds of like pizza maker, all kinds of random stuff, but it works. I mean, I feel bad. Like some things do break. Like this here fan, like it wouldn't turn on. It would turn on like every 10 minutes of being plugged in, which is not safe. So that's scrap. Other things, they work fine. People just don't want them. So this could be a little man cave / tiny house. I figure if you want to make your best use of your workshop or your tiny house in places that gets alternating seasons, you live in the Northeast, might as well go ahead and make it like livable, usable. Like I don't come in here in the winter because it's cold. Like right now it's just over 32 degrees, and like I could be working in here, but I mean I am right now because I'm not a little girl. But sorry, I don't mean anything sexist about that. Just saying I'm not being a baby about it, or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, yeah, I could do. I thought maybe I don't want to just use a space heater or any kind of heat. I don't want to waste electricity, or I don't want to waste. I want to be like off the grid with it. So even though right now I am using electricity, I would like to put like a solar panel to get free energy that's not tied to the grid. So it's renewable. It's not my wasting energy for just to heat or light up a tiny house that I use once in a while. And I thought maybe it'd be cool to have like how it has a stereo back here, but I can hook up a TV. So make so that instead of just like being like almost like a chore to be back here in the workshop, I'm thinking if I make it more like livable and more comfortable, I'll be more inclined to do things like it'd be fun to do more things such as like build things, like build more caulk tables and workbenches. Like I built this workbench. There's a video on the channel you can look to see how I built this. I mean, it's been beaten with a hammer sometimes, but I covered this with pond liner, which is like maybe 1/10 of an inch thick rubber liner, and it protects it. But I stain the plywood. I mean, it still feels smooth. It's just it's got hammer marks in it from being hammered so hard. But other than that, it's pretty good, guys. And this thing is super strong, super strong. It's sturdy. So if you want to learn how to build this workbench or other workbenches, I do garden workbenches, all kinds of stuff. And the how-to videos are on my channel. So if you haven't done so already, you really should subscribe. Because if not, you're missing out on like a wealth of free knowledge here. And as far as the free knowledge, the videos I have, I show you how to do everything from build greenhouses, how to garden, how to build planter boxes, when to garden, when to plant things, how to fertilize them, how to take care of them, how to make them more fruitful. There's videos on how to build this exact structure that I'm in right now. Which, I mean, I'm sorry for the weird camera angles, but I'm plugged into the wall because the battery's about to die. So that's why I can't really go too much with it. But yeah, so how to build workbenches, everything you can think of. I like cooking videos, all kinds of stuff. So what do you think, Apollo? You ready? You're ready for bed, aren't you? Been a long day. Are you asleep? Or are you faking it? I think he's faking it. Paul, are you faking it? He ain't asleep. Bet you if I said the word treat, he'd pucker up. Maybe he's asleep. Maybe he is. His eyes are closed. He's playing a sleepy dog. What's up? Hola. Hola, mi amigos. ¿Cómo estás? Y'all didn't know I spoke a wee bit of Espanol, did you? You habla Espanol. But I guess while the puppy's sleeping, maybe it means it's bedtime. Because I mean, he doesn't usually go to bed till like 10:30, 11. So I'm guessing it's 10:30, 11. Well, if you guys have any questions about scrapping or tiny houses or anything, gardening, any kind of like hands-on handyman stuff or handy woman, let me know. Answer them for you right now, or I'll get back to you. Like I said, if you are interested in this kind of stuff, whether it's like building your own greenhouse, your own garden, your own planter beds, your own furniture, workbenches, how to cook, do homemade things like can and jar, make your own beef jerky, I'm actually a chef too, so I actually worked in many restaurants since I was in high school. So wealth of varying knowledge I have on this channel. I try to share with you guys. I try to make random entertaining videos with this guy right here, who is currently sleeping and not fun, but usually he's pepped up and excited. But it's been a long day. So I'm gonna head out now. Y'all have a great evening. Thank you for watching. What do I do? Okay. Let me try this. Does this even work for you? Yo, what's up? I should have used this the whole time. I don't know why I walked around for the past like 40 minutes looking like with the camera just facing everything else, not showing you what I was doing or how I was doing it. This would have been a lot better because I would have been able to like actually see you guys or see myself in the frame. The camera wouldn't have been shaking. But anyway, we are here now. So before I log off, anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything you want to learn? Any questions you have to ask? Apollo just woke up because I made noise. He's awake. Well, I hope you guys are staying warm after the... I've been turning the mic off. There you go. Hope you guys stayed warm during this snowstorm we had again today up here in the Northeast. We're staying warm in our tiny house. Unheated, as you can see right now. It's about 32 degrees in here, but we're gonna probably put some insulation in the next couple episodes. So be sure to subscribe because we're gonna start making a whole video series. And in this video series, we're gonna do first. We're gonna start insulating this tiny house. Then we're gonna put paneling up for the walls. I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet. We're even debating between maybe doing like the top half drywall and then have like some kind of like nice looking wood on the lower half, so it breaks up the wall. Makes it less makes it less boring looking and to protect the walls from all the damage. Think about installing like a wood stove. I might make one myself, weld it up. What's I want to do? Maybe a composting toilet would be kind of cool. We have these. I have two 55-gallon oil drums. One's like a plastic one, and one is stainless steel. And I'm gonna use them to collect the rainwater to use to just like wash my hands. So like I have a tank of water, put it up in the out back or in the attic. So it's like off the roof, but enough that it has like the gravity feed. And then once we get the gravity feed going, I'll be able to use that to like little thing. Like you turn the faucet, and then you like wash your hands. Like you put like about a tablespoon per like 3 gallons, I believe, of bleach in there, and it won't get moldy. And then you can use that to like wash your hands or to do the little like wash off things, like if you have like anything you need to wash off. But yeah, so that'd be the whole point is to live is to have a tiny house workshop that you can work in comfortably. So it makes it less of like a work shop, more like a leisurely doing shop. Like you do things that like, and it won't be a pain in the butt. Like right now, if I come in here, after staying here for a couple hours, like I either have to turn the space heater on, which just wastes electricity and then waste the point of scrapping and everything else I'm working on, or be cold. So I'm thinking like, if we do something to make it a little warmer in here, then we can put like a window air conditioner in the spring or early summer to keep it cool in here. So that's going to be a whole video series. I thought you guys would enjoy since everyone loves the building this workshop tiny house. I thought I'd work on a series of how to complete the tiny house workshop and make it more of a tiny house. But since I don't think I'm not really planning on living in it full time. I think I'm just going to use it to work in. It might be a little different. It's going to be a little different style, but still have the basic necessities. And we are also posting new videos I think every week about the garden projects we've been working on this past summer during lockdown. We revamped the entire garden, and we Put 8-foot high deer fencing, new trellises, a lot of tips on how to properly trellis and arbor different vegetables. We will be posting a redo of the greenhouse video. It's been long awaited, long begged for. A lot of you guys have said that you love my greenhouse video, but you couldn't hear it because the background music was too loud. My response is, I'm sorry that you guys can't hear it, because when I edited it, I did it in the studio, and I have studio monitor speakers. So when I listen to it, I can hear all the sound, all the ranges of sound. I hear like the lows, the highs clearly, so I could hear the music and the narration, and it sounded good. And then when I went to go put it on like headphones or on my phone, which I didn't notice until I actually listened to it like weeks later, like I watched the whole video on like YouTube. Then I was like, oh my, it sounds like pretty junky on there. The music sounds a lot louder, and it's a lot. You can hear what I was saying, but it's not perfectly clear. So I thought I would make that video on the greenhouse again, but this time show every step by step, show how to build it instead of just doing like a time lapse of everything. I would show how to build it from like every little nut and bolt. And if you want to see how to build this tiny house workshop, subscribe to the channel. The videos are already on there. It's on the top popular tab. You can see all this kind of cool stuff. You can see videos with this guy right here, Apollo the Husky. The usually more active puppy, but it's his bedtime, so he's sleeping. You know what? I'm about to go to sleep too, so I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a good night, and God bless.